Hi all, hope you find everybody well. Well, today's Monday the 13th of March, and as you can see, my hens are all still in the long flight where they've been throughout the winter. I think it's time now to put them into their single cages, or split it up into single cages. If they're not fit by now, they never will be. So they'll need a few weeks in their single cages to get used to it. After say being with all the other hens throughout the year, they will be a little bit what's happening to me, putting me in a cage by myself. So they'll be calling out for probably one another. So that's what I'm going to aim to do today. The cock birds have been in single cages for 5 or 6 weeks now, so they'll just be sitting next to the hen which I want to pair them up with a solid slider at this minute in time between them. I have lost a couple of the hens since the last video. The variegated hen, which I was talking about for quite a while, saying it wasn't too good, I lost her, and I also lost a non-intensive flighted bird, which is the mother to quite a few of these. It's one of my best birds. I thought I would use her again this year because she was really good at rearing her young last year, but found her puffed up one morning. A bit later on, she was in the corner of the cage, and thought, well, that don't look good. And then 15-20 minutes later, she was dead. So yeah, that was a bit of a blow. Didn't expect to lose her, but there is a couple more hens joined the team. I'll show you them a bit later on. So yeah, I'm going to give them a clean out, put them in their breeding cages with the sliders in, and then I'll talk you through my thoughts of what I'm trying to achieve for this year breeding season. The problem's been the weather's been so poor. We've had really cold days. It's not got much above freezing throughout the day. It's been freezing at night. It's been snow. It's been really dark during the day, like it is today. It's raining like mad. Really dull. I've got no lighting in here, no heating. I just want to bring the birds on with natural light coming in. Usually it's really bright in here when the sun comes out. The windows all the way down the side. It really is nice and bright, but as you see, it's very dull today. Plus the temperatures are cold. I think with having that week of really freezing temperatures, it's probably put them back a little bit. All the guys with obviously have got any extra lighting or heating in their bird rooms are well underway. Some of them have just started. Some of them are got young on the sticks. But so I like to let my birds try and come naturally into breeding condition and go down to nest. I mean, I've noticed outside, none of the wild birds, there's no leaves on the trees or the bushes yet, so there's nowhere for the birds out there to nest. So a lot of the wild birds are not even nesting yet, so there's loads and loads of time yet, still plenty of time. I usually put mine down around the end of March, start of April, so I'm not that far behind. But say there's a few hens in here at a bit ropey, to be honest, to put it mildly. There's one sitting down there. All she does is just slightly puffed up. It's not ill in any way, just sits there quietly, not bothered. But I'm hoping putting them into single cages might kick some of them into the idea that the breeding season's just around the corner. So let me get on and clean things out, get them into their cages, and then we'll come back and take a look. See you in a bit. And by the magic of YouTube, all birds are now cleaned out and they're in their individual cages, raring to go. Well, let's say not raring to go, but they're in there. I've been taking a note of all the ring colours and numbers on the rings. I do a Excel spreadsheet which I do every year, and on there I keep a record of what the birds, who they're paired up with, when the first egg were laid, when the first chick was hatched, the ring number on the chick, and I keep that every year and make a new record as we go along. Right, so what we got, so I'm running 3 trios this year. That's my plan. First trio is up here. We've got the heavily variegated non-flighted cockbird, new into the room this year. Beautiful bird, and it's going to be hopefully paired to this unflighted intensive hen bird, which I bred myself, which is a nice bird, good size as well. And then also is going to be put to this Hivery intensive hen, unflighted, so it could produce any of the chicks. Cockbirds will be ivory carriers. So that's the first trio. Then we've got a pair in here. We've got a intensive cockbird, unflighted, one I bred myself, really good dark red colour. He'll be paired to this non-intensive hen, another one bred by myself, unflighted bird. Slightly too much frosting for my liking, but hopefully putting her back to the cockbird there, the young will not have, if we do breed any unintensive, they won't have so much frosting on their body. It's fairly even, but it's too much around the back of the head and down the back. Other than that, it's a nice bird. Another pairing we have here, we've got another bird bred by myself. He's a non-intensive unflighted bird, nice size, good shape, got a bit of a tick on his top of his head, and he'll be put to this hen, which is another one bred by myself, a good dark red colour. I think this is a 2021 bird, so it's a slightly older bird, but it's a small bird, but putting him to the big cockbird should throw out some young which are somewhere in between the two, hopefully. Coming back down here, our second trio, we got, I class this as my best bird, unflighted non-intensive cockbird. He's massive, really big bird, which is a good thing really, because he's going to be put with this tiny little hen. Brought it as a cock from a good bloodline. It's unflighted bird, heavily variegated, but nice, really dark red colour. So if we can get any young out of them, it would be interesting. And the other hen to be paired with is another really dark red bird, lightly variegated, unflighted. This is a nice bird as well, so it's got a nice feather quality. So if I can get any young out of them, hopefully, and it's all hopefully, we could get some decent chicks. Right, the third trio, intensive unflighted cockbird bred by myself, another good sized bird, another good coloured bird, is the brother of the one we've just looked at. He's going to be paired to this, I think this is a lovely hen, it's a 2021 bird, non-intensive, but it's a really good shape, nice size, nice frosting, fairly even all over the body. So yeah, hopefully good things coming from there. And then in here is another new bird recently come in to replace the ones I lost. Non-intensive, unflighted, got a slight black tick on its near its wing, and slight mark around its head, but yet again it's another really nice bird. Nice size, good stance, really good body shape. Put it with that boy there, hopefully, and we also hopefully we'll get some decent young from that. We've got four hens which are not being used at the minute, but could come into play. There's 2 intensive and 2 non-intensive. The hen which is sitting at the back there, 2021 bird, has done nothing but just sit there all through the winter, and it's not got any get up and go about it whatsoever. Same as the one that's sitting next to it. I had every hopes for this bird. It's an intensive feather, really big bird, really good colour, even though it's not been colour fed much this year. As you can see, they've got orange on them. They're not been colour fed much because they're not being showed. The one down here, the non-intensive, that's a cracking bird, but I haven't got anything to put it to at the minute. But I didn't want to get rid of it. And then we've got another intensive hen down there. That's a 2021 bird. Not quite as good colour as the others. But I mean, yeah, all you can do is put them together. I don't know what's going to happen. It's down to the birds now. They're either going to go together, take together, or they're not. And then over the next, in about a week or so's time, I should just pull the slider out slightly and put a peg in there to stop them jumping through, so they can see each other. And I'll start probably in a week, 2 weeks time. I'll chuck a bit of nesting material in there and see if they start picking any of it up. And I've started to hang. I've already been hanging the nest pans on the side, as you've seen before, so they get used to it. I like to hang them on just like that on the outside, ready, so they don't get a fright when they suddenly see this great big white box appear. So I'm going to be hanging them next week, or every cage, even though it's not being, the door's not going to be open into them. They still can see the nest box outside. So yeah, I mean, all we can do is fingers crossed. It's really down to the birds now. I've got no say in it. As long as the conditions are right, the food is right, they've been getting decent food, gradually been building up. As I say, hopefully the weather will pick up a bit, get slightly warmer days. The light's extending now. So yeah, I'll make another video in probably 2 or 3 weeks time. Hopefully by then we might have some nest building going on, or you never know, even an egg or two, but I'm not holding my breath at that in a minute. But yeah, I'll be going to Newark on the 26th Sunday of the month, this month, March. So if anyone sees me about, just say hello. So there we go for now. Oh, we've got the old mules down there as well. Where's the other one gone? Oh, I did. Oh, there we are. So yeah, they're down the bottom at the minute, minding their own business. So yeah, things are moving on. They had to be put together. They need some time to get used to their new surroundings. As you can see, they're just sitting there quiet now. You know, if they're in breeding condition, or once they get used to it, I'd like to see them hopping from perch to perch. And I might chuck a bit of string in there in a while and see what they do. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope everybody's well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.